came down to tuck these two in. Not really. I came down to drag that one out to the ditch one more time. The speed that one goes versus the speed that one goes, they should be in about the same time. It's going to be another at least an hour. I'll be down here with the flashlight shutting the pump off. I ain't going to move them tonight. It's going to be too dark. I mean, I could do it in the dark. Tractor has lights, but yeah, I just can't see everything, and I got to be right against the creek when I move it next time. So don't see these two sitting together very often like that. Thought it was kind of cool, so I thought I'd get you this little bit. And if we look through them, Bam Bam's group, mostly in the shade from the trees over here, and Dino's group catching. Hey, there we go, catching part of the shade. Well, last time these two were parked close to each other during hay season with balers on them. They were actually parked in a neighbor's hay field when we had the memorial for Dad, because I had to get everything out of the yard so there was room for people to park. Whole works lined up in their hay field. That's pretty impressive when everything's lined up like it was. The only thing that wasn't there, or where the semi was, it wasn't in the yard. I think, actually, the semi might have been parked out here. Hell, I don't remember. Either here, or it was parked in a field with bales in it, one or the other. But, no, mower and two sets of rakes. Both balers and the bale wagon all lined up in a row. And we'll get these. She might get the big baler all cleaned up tomorrow. I don't know. They'll both get blown off in the morning. Copious amounts of water on the big baler because we get all the dirt and everything out of all the tubes on the back. You just got to take a hose and flush it. You can't do it any other way. Flush it till the water runs clean. That way there's nothing in there but the water, and it'll dry and it won't rust them out. If you don't do it till they're clean, or you leave it alone, they draw moisture, then you rust everything out. I don't need that. So anyway, it's kind of almost comfortable out here in the shade, down here in the bottom with both guns running and a little breeze. Becky said last night it was supposed to be overcast today. Huh. Look there. 0% chance of rain. Looky there. Okay, now the story to that. At 3:15 this morning, don't ask me why, but I was awake. Probably because I was a little chilly. I was awake for, I don't know, I was awake at 3 o'clock, so I was awake for a little bit. Living in the tin box over there. It rains. We usually know it. It starts raining. It rained. I am not kidding. It started raining, and it started getting like it was going to be a really serious shower. It did not last 30 seconds. Seriously. Because I looked at my watch, and it quit, and I looked at my watch, and I went, huh, that was interesting. Between 3:15 and 3:45, it rained 3 times. The longest time frame that it rained was just under a minute. And that was the lightest of the 3 showers. So I just thought I'd share that with you. You can't tell it. The driveway's dry except for, I mean, the only places I saw any moisture was where the water comes off of the awning on the trailer. There was 2 little tiny puddles, I mean, smaller than my foot. Oh, look who's up. I haven't been paying attention. They were all bedded down when I started moving the traveler. So, let's see, apparently their wake-up time is about 6:15. And I'm going to guess the neighbors left for work because there's only one light on over there now. He's a Tualatin Valley firefighter, works out of Tigard. He knows about my videos. I told him, I said, I slammed your district, but I didn't slam your firefighters, at least not too hard. He understands. I mean, that's the screwy thing is, you know, the guys doing the job know they don't have the equipment. And if they're not the richest district in the state, they're the second richest district in the state. They got more frickin' chiefs than they got Indians. And those clouds are moving, if you can tell. They're going that way. Anyway, that's more than enough for the morning. If I'm going to get anything, cleaning equipment up and whatever else. Because I think I did a little bit last night. Maybe I scrapped it. Hell, I don't know. That was last night. I shut irrigation off about 9 o'clock last night. So, but yeah, there you go. I actually came down here hoping to see her flowing some air, but you got to let that thing warm up for like 5 minutes before you crank her on. That's even in the instructions, but she's up there with a bar right now digging the backside of the plunger out. I don't know how well you can see, but she's got a little pile going. And it looks like she's already kicked some out. That's how it starts. And that's interesting. Oh, maybe when she stepped down on it moved. The stuffer arm shouldn't be sitting over here. It should be sitting straight down. Yeah, maybe where it was in the stroke. It shouldn't have. Oh, I know why. Yeah, things moved after she did unhook the floor pan. Maybe that's it. I don't know. That's not where it should be sitting. Good stuff, ain't it? That's the whole year's worth, because that hasn't been cleaned out once. First got that, well, we used to clean it out every day anyway, but when we first got that compressor, we definitely did every day. It was kind of nice. If anything happened, it wasn't a big mess, but I'm going to get out of the dust. There she is in action. She'll knock everything off she can from up above. Get the knotters cleaned off. I hate to see those knotters if it didn't have the knotter fan on it. Nice thing is that wand is long enough you can stay out of most of it, but you can't stay out of all of it. There's just no way. Like that right there, all back interface. And here's a minute. You can see the real dust. Oh, maybe not quite. I was really hoping to get the dramatic dust effect. Bring you back in a minute. Alright, more like about 5 minutes. Give me a chance to get the hoods opened up, the side shields off. I didn't get the oil cooler and the AC out of the way in the front, but I can get done with the little air hose. It's easier. Still get most of it out of them though. Right now she's blowing over the top of the gearbox. That's why it's coming out the front like it is. And there she's toward the back of the gearbox. Well, wait for it, because she's going to hit the plunger at some point. If we do this every day, it's not near as bad. And it's really, with this compressor, it's like about a 10 or 15 minute job every day. This, I mean, she's already half hour into it with what she, well, probably 45 minutes with what she did yesterday plus today. And she's got a ways to go. And if you notice, she's got all her proper attire on. She's She's got her gaiter on, she's got her sunglasses on, she's got her earplugs in, sweatshirt, and those leather gloves are a must. Because the amount of air going through that, it gets too hot to handle. You usually don't hold on to the valve even with gloves on because that brass valve gets hot. But at any rate, that's probably enough video. Y'all got the idea. You know, for what we paid for that thing and a little bit of work we've had to do to it, that's more than worth it. I know a few guys that actually rent them for a day at the end of the season when they're combining to clean the combine up, just because it's so much quicker. They figure it's more than worth the price of the rent. And a lot of the big outfits, Bale and Craftsman's draw, they own their own. Some of them have a couple of them. And they blow their balers off every single day. Well, they have to if they change varieties anyway. They got to get everything cleaned off. And I'm going to get out of the dust again and let her do her thing. Now I'm going to say it's not going too bad. That one's ready for copious amounts of water. Little baler's up there waiting to get done. One thing we generally don't do with the air at the end of the season, all those tubes full of shit, because all you do is get all that back in your face. Take the water hose and shove it up to the other end of that and run it till it runs clear and all that crap's out of there. But I thought, probably better do the bale wagon too. It's not bad, but it's a whole lot easier to get it with that big compressor. A lot less digging out by hand. And leave the mess down here. But I can't take the big baler up until she's done with this. And then I'll take this up and tuck it back where it was out of the way. So the big baler can block everything up and it's good to get washed. And I don't think that compressor shut down once on her. It's almost 10. So she'll be done with this one by 10:30. That's not bad. She didn't get here till after 8. Time we fed. And she got down and I got going. And I helped her, so get going. Well, that ain't bad at all. A little bit of time she had on it yesterday wasn't much. Got the loose shit off the outside, about all she did. And it was too hot then. It's only 80 degrees now. A lot better than 95. And we're only supposed to be another few degrees warmer. I think they're full of shit. Never know what'll fall out of there. We do a lot of tree trimming. Look at that upright, you can tell. County won't do it. Ours won't get the hell out of the way. Many years ago, the old machine we had tore the whole frickin' rock off on a tree. Hung out 3 feet past the frickin' farm on one of the busiest roads in the county. We weren't the first ones to do it with a bale wagon. A couple of combines had hit it. County didn't care. But when our old machine hit it and blocked the road for 2.5 hours in the middle of rush hour traffic, by God, the next day they cut that big limb off that tree. Of course, they wouldn't pay a dime for anybody's damages. That was $5,000 we didn't need to spend. And we did all the work ourselves, putting that together. We're fooling them. They get a little new pasture in a dust storm. I haven't seen the bull. Interesting. Now, get them to go down there and freaking milkweed's in the way. Get them to go down there and work on that big pile for a little bit. They still got the other pasture. We didn't lock them out of there. They just got both. I figured they can get that cleaned up before the wind blows it around too much or whatever. So they're going for it, right into it. I wish I could see this side of the screen. I don't even know where to show you. All I see is myself. That's scary. Okay, there they are. Yep. Head first into it. Get that crap cleaned up and maybe throw some seed on the ground while they're doing it. My first chance to get out here and see it in the daylight. Yeah. Apparently right now they got the disc and the mower working together up on Bald Peak. And we got a hellacious good north wind today. So good thing they're working together. Anyway, figured I'd show you that. It tried to get up around the corner, but it didn't.